Anyway, we're here with Brian Snoddy in Burlingame, California at the Sword Show.
Howdy, everybody.
And can you introduce yourself to those who don't know you?
Oh, I'm Brian Snoddy. I'm an artist from Seattle, and I'm here at the San Francisco Sword Convention.
And what got you interested in doing art?
Doing art?
Yeah.
It's because I can sweep floors better than anybody else in the world, but I didn't want to do that for a living. So I decided I better learn how to draw and paint stuff. Yeah.
So what are your influences and inspirations?
Excuse me?
What are your influences and inspirations?
Influences and inspirations are people like Hal Foster, Frank Frazetta, Bernie Wrightson, and Barry Smith.
And what are your tools of the trade?
Tools of the trade, paint brushes, gouache paint, and of course pen and ink and pencil.
And we see that you got...
Oh yeah, I'm painting something here. So I'm doing paintings live here at the San Francisco Sword Convention.
And you're doing a helmet with a mask.
I'm painting a helmet and a face mask.
Yep. And you got practically half of it completed.
It's about half done.
And it should be... When should it be up on your site?
I don't know when it's finished.
It's nearly 3D right there.
Yeah, there we go.
Without all the digital stuff.
Yeah, all that digital stuff is for, yeah. Well, I can't say what I really think about it because I'll be arrested.
And what are you doing at the Sword Show?
What was I doing at the last Sword Show?
What were you doing at last Sword Show and this Sword Show?
Last Sword Show I did the same thing. I was sitting at a friend's table and I was painting pictures too. Yeah. He was an armor dealer. This year I got my own armor and my own table.
Yeah. Can you tell us about your armors?
Okay. This armor is late, probably from the 1800s, for a very small person. This is a completely matched suit here from the maybe mid to early 1700s. And this guy from the late 1500s, early 1600s. This is my oldest suit.
Your oldest suit?
Yeah.
That's interesting. So the smaller suit, you can actually put a girl in it, right?
Put the girl in her?
Yeah, you can put a girl in that one, right?
Well, actually, my wife is, she's pretty small. In fact, she's small enough to be on the end of a keychain, and she's still not small enough to fit in this armor.
Still not small enough?
Yeah. She can't wear that.
So it's still made for a guy, right?
Yeah, I think so. But for a little guy.
Did you bring anything else with you?
No, just the artwork and the armor and my paintings. And a whole case of wine.
A whole case of wine?
Yeah.
What are you going to do with all that wine later?
Well, hold on a second. Well, you need inspiration when you're painting. I prefer Chianti.
Yeah, I heard that Rob moved out here.
Who?
Rob Alexander.
Oh yeah. In fact, Rob emailed me. He may show up at the convention. So, hi Rob, if you don't show up, I miss you, buddy.
Yeah, especially when his offices are like 2 blocks away from the Museum of Arts and Digital Entertainment.
Oh yeah.
That's a video game museum.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Yeah, Rob and I have known each other for a long time because he used to live up in Seattle. And Rob and I worked for a video game company for 6 months together. He was my boss.
So what video company was that?
It was Airtight Games.
Airtight Games?
Yeah, up in Redmond, California. Redmond, Washington.
I wonder what happened to Airtight.
They're still around. And the game that we worked on was announced a few months ago at E3.
What was the title of that game?
I think it was called Murdered.
Murdered?
Yeah, you're a ghost and you're trying to solve your own murder. It's an interesting idea.
Very interesting plot indeed. And what was it like to be doing stuff in the early days of Wizards of the Coast under Jesper?
Oh, I love Jesper. Jesper and I are good friends to this day. In fact, hold on a second, let me show you something, if I have it. You're going to have to edit this thing. Jesper and I have created a great card game called Dead Fellas. Please tell everyone and buy this game. It's awesome. It's about whacking guys in the zombie mafia. So I loved working for Jesper, and we're still friends to this day, and we're designing games together.
So how much progress has Dead Fellas How much progress has been put into Dead Fellas so far?
Oh, it's printed and it's out there. You can buy it in your local store.
So it's just a regular card game, right?
Yeah, regular card. It's not collectible, and it's got a pretty high humor value. Right?
At least I don't have to be fighting at the dealer's booth just to get one copy.
No, you don't. Yeah, so you can come up to my room and I'll sell you a copy. I brought like 5 or 6 boxes of it.
And what were you doing before Magic came along?
I was working in comics and Saturday morning cartoons.
Which Saturday morning cartoons?
I worked on Garfield and Friends.
I remember.
Disney's Gargoyles. What else did I work on? Exo Squad. That was my favorite cartoon to work on.
Exo Squad? What was
Yeah.
that one about?
It was about these guys, I think they were on Mars or something like that, and they would put on these giant exoskeletons and fight each other, and it's a pretty cool show. Yeah.
I should check it out sometime.
Yeah, you should.
And now that Magic has grown and survived 20 years, what do you think of it now?
I don't know. I haven't worked on a Magic card in a while, maybe about a year. There's too much digital art, that's all I gotta say. Too much digital art in Magic now. But it's a great game, I love working on it. And my buddy Jeremy Jarvis is the art director. So he's a great guy.
So what kind of guy is Jarvis?
He's cool. Yeah. That's what kind of guy he is, he's a cool guy. He's a great cook, so we get together and we drink way too much and we watch movies and stuff together.
How often do you do it?
A few times a year. Not often enough, because it's fun.
Not often enough to go rampaging in the street like a pack of zombies.
No, not. We don't do that.
And what do you think about 3D printers?
3D printers?
Yeah.
I think it's interesting. Yeah, some guy made one of those, guns or something with a 3D printer?
Yeah, Cody Wilson.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that?
Interesting.
Especially when you printed a whole bunch of magazines with it.
Yeah.
And loaded them up and started shooting them with it.
Yeah. Well, there's a video, he shot it and he cracked the barrel or something. 22 long rifle he shot?
An AR-15.
He shot an AR-15?
Yeah, he was a complete lower receiver.
I didn't know that. I haven't seen that one.
Oh, you haven't seen that one?
No.
And then he updated it with another video where he actually succeeded in printing that AR-15 lower receiver, where he fired 100 rounds out of it non-stop.
Really? I didn't see. I'm missing a lot of YouTube stuff. Yeah.
Crazy stuff. And can you tell us a story about your signature?
My signature?
Yeah.
I don't have a signature. I don't sign anything. I don't sign artwork unless someone asks me to. And the reason is, when I can paint as good as Angus McBride, then I'll sign. But I can't yet, so I'm not signing anything. That's why all these paintings in here, you see, this doesn't have a signature on any of it. Look through there. If you find a signature, I'll give you $100.
What about that video with Dan Chang that you did a while back?
Oh, Daniel? Yeah, he's funny. I like Daniel a lot. Actually, Daniel, hey Daniel, you need to post the damn video we did with the Dead Fellas at Kona Kitchen. You still haven't posted it online. I want to see it done.
That's only he still has it, right?
Yeah.
And about Volcanic Island, who has the original painting at this time?
I don't know. I sold it many years ago, and I don't know who has it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about Psychic Venom?
I don't know who owns any of that stuff. I sold it all for cheap.
How much did you sell it for?
I think I sold the originals for $200 a piece.
$200 a piece?
Yeah.
Just because you didn't think the game would be this successful?
No, it's because I didn't have any money and I needed money.
And you needed fast cash?
Yes, I did, so I sold my artwork. That's how I make a living, right?
Yeah. When
Howdy.
You do?
Yeah, yeah.
I was watching that yesterday.
Oh, okay.
I like
Oh, thank you.
how come it's looks like it's...
There's a little bit. Well, you take the brush and you squish out the paint, kind of dry, and then when you do this, it makes kind of like a chalky. Yeah. So that's a secret. Now I gotta take you out.
Oh, you $5.
Yeah, 20.
Use acrylic?
No, I use gouache. What? Gouache. It's like opaque watercolor.
Yeah, I was watching that Venom board. One of those is pink, and that's a good one for, because I like dragonflies.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I've been doing it slowly, and it looks stiff. This is a good one.
Yeah, this is. I like this stuff. Winsor Newton makes a good. It's opaque watercolor. See, you can use it.
So it's like an acrylic and a watercolor.
Not acrylic. Acrylic, once it's dry, you can't mess around with.
This one you can still.
Well, watch this. So you see, it's dry here, right? But when you put water on it, see, you can play around with it.
Is that the same one? Like they have the Japanese, when they have a boy, they have a they paint the cloth.
Oh, I don't know.
When I drop water, it just.
Yeah, it'll go to hell on you. So it's a water-based something that's that's unstable. Unstable means you get it wet, it's going to run again. So that's why I say if you lick my artwork, you're going to buy it. You lick it, you buy it. So that's.
Does it have sugar or
I don't.
Splenda?
It's non-sweetened.
How long would it take you now to finish it?
A couple days. Yeah. And I've been talking and yakking so much that I'll never get it done this eventually.
Our friend is into art. He'll be here and drop his solids.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Now, when you do that lighter color, what's the way? What would be the word for that? When the sun hits it, you get this lighter color.
It'd be a highlight.
Highlight.
Yeah.
Do you do that later?
Yeah. So you put down mediums, right? And then I put down mediums in a wash, or what's kind of a see-through, and then I go darker, darker black. Okay? And then on top, I paint the light stuff on opaque. That's how I work.
I've interviewed a lot of really good artists. I think you're out there.
Oh, thank you. Here's $10. Here's your $10 back.
But they're all hard to deal with. Hard to
Why?
talk to them.
I think it's fun to talk to people.
I know. There's one guy in the Philippines, he does layers.
Uh-huh.
And I can't talk to him.
You can't talk. He doesn't want to talk to you.
It looks like he's in Albert.
Okay. Well, you can talk to me. That's fun.
There you go. I owe you 5, you gave me 10.
Yeah.
I gave back your 5.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, we're even. Good to meet you.
So how long would it take if you didn't talk to people?
Probably 3 days.
3 days?
Yeah.
How long would it take to dry? Almost the same as water?
No, that's why you have a hair dryer. See? And it's dry in 2 minutes. See? That's going to cost you another $5. Okay. Okay, I'll see you later.
Anyway, I wonder what the hairdryer was for.
Yeah, now you know.
I didn't know what the hairdryer was for. I was like, what the hell? What the hell?
Yeah, that's a secret. That's going to cost you.
So, can you tell us about your time in Japan?
Excuse me?
Your time in Japan?
My time in Japan? I never lived in Japan. I just visited. I think the longest I ever stayed was about 3 weeks.
3 weeks?
Yeah. Yeah, it's my longest stay in Japan. I've been there maybe 13, 14 times. And my wife is Japanese, so we would visit her family sometimes, and I have friends in Japan.
I see. So, what have you been doing since your last contributions to magic in Kamigawa?
What have I been doing? I've been designing some stuff for Flying Frog Productions. It's top secret, can't talk about it, but it's going to be cool. Yeah. So I've been doing that.
Well,
and I think Kamigawa, I did the
like,
castle on the mountains or something.
It was a Japanese theme set?
Yeah. I think that was my last Kamigawa painting. No, I did the ninja guy on the roof. That's what it was.
Inner Chamber Guard.
Well, that was a long, long time ago. And my brother-in-law owns that painting.
Inner Chamber Guard?
Yeah. It's in Tomei City, Japan right now. That painting is.
So for all those people out there
who want to know where it is, that's the one painting I know he's got it.
The Inner Chamber Guard.
Yeah.
It's not forgettable.
Yeah.
You guys, I think you really nailed it right there.
Oh, thank you.
So can you tell us about the story of putting that particular piece together?
Excuse me?
Can you tell us about the story of Interchamber Guard and how you put it together?
Yeah, they wanted a guard guarding a doorway. So, if I remember it right. So I was drawing all these elaborate doorways, and I thought, well, this is ridiculous. The guy is the coolest part. So I just painted a guy ready to pull his sword out with all sorts of flowing robes around him, and I just put a box around the back of him, and that was a doorway. That was it. It worked out good.
So, how often do you evaluate portfolios?
Not very often.
Not very often.
Sometime, well, I teach an art class out of Georgetown at Crab Jab Studio for all of you Seattleites out there, Monday nights. And some people will show me their artwork, but it's not really a portfolio review. But that's about as close as I get these days.
So it's just like one or two pieces.
Yeah, they'll say, hey, what do you think about this? And we'll talk about it.
And can you tell us about the Crab Jab?
Yeah, Crab Jab Studio is run by Julie Barrow, and she does a wonderful job. Hi, Julie. And they have great art shows there, and I teach a painting class at a Crab Jab Studio.
Yeah, and I understand that Mark Tadine works.
Yeah, Mark Tadine works there, and so does Chris Paramus for Green Ronin. He's at a Crab Jab. So hi, Chris. Hi, Mark.
And what's your strongest piece of advice you can give to a newcomer?
For artwork?
Yeah.
Meet your deadlines. Get your artwork done on time. That's the most important thing.
And as a career?
As a career,
yeah.
Meet your deadlines. Get your artwork done on time. Right.
And before we conclude, is there any personal projects you'd like to talk about?
Personal projects, Buy Dead Fellas, that's one. And Jesper and I are working on some more cool stuff. Yeah. And Buy Flying Frog production stuff too. Yeah. So hi Scott, hi Jason. I'm pumping your stuff here on YouTube.
And when should we expect the next thing from you and Jesper to come out?
We don't know yet.
Don't know?
We're in negotiations. Yeah, but it's going to be cool. Wait till you see it.
Just like Tentacle Bento, which got the Kickstarter yanked.
That was my buddy John, worked on Tentacle Bento. So, by the way, John's doing great stuff. Have you seen any of that Soda Pop Minis? It's awesome. Yeah.
No, I haven't seen too much of it, aside from Tentacle Bento, which got a lot of controversy.
It's got some controversy, but it's a great game. Buy Tentacle Bento too. Yeah.
I should get a whole copy sometime.
Yes.
Thanks for your time, Brian.
Thank you. Bye-bye, everybody.